Good morning and thanks so much for tuning into the trade setup. I'm Neeraj Shah. US markets were shut yesterday, therefore no major cues from that side of the world. But Asian markets have largely fallen ahead of the Australia rate decision as well as the inflation data. Oil has risen on China and US economic data as well as OPEC plus cut expectations. And there's a Goldman note out there which says that the amount of deficit that is coming because of the cuts is very difficult to fill in by virtue of the cut in demand, and therefore expect oil prices to inch up higher. The average expectations for Brent for the current year is $93 per barrel, according to Goldman. White sugar has risen amidst the India crop concerns as well as other outputs, and wheat has gained. Now, why? Because Putin and Erdogan talks have ended without reviving the Ukraine grain deal. So there's certainly some pressure on the commodities side, on the upside, and that might disrupt the inflation cut expectations by many people. So that's to be kept in mind. What the GIFT Nifty indicates a start which is flattish in the session. Now, what's the trade setup therefore for the day looking like? Well, the put writing yesterday was very strong at about 19,500 odd at that strike, which arguably makes it a strong support for the Nifty in the next few days. The up move in the PSUs is really breathtaking. To my mind, it's almost too good to be true. Just the kind of moves that some of the stocks are making. And these are not tiny tunes. These are market caps northwards of 50, 60,000 crores as well at times, moving up as if they were small mid caps. So pretty strong up move, very, very breathtaking move. People who made money say that was silly to miss out, like we said yesterday as well. But just that the extent of the move is now almost seeming like it's too good to be true. We're starting to see some traction in holding companies, and that could be a pocket to monitor in the next few days. Yesterday, I saw a clutch of names. I think Pilani Investments was up about 9%. There was the Kalyani Investment Company, which has got investments into Bharat Forge and others, was also up about 3% odd. So some of those stocks are starting to make a move. Could be an interesting bucket to monitor in the session today and over the next few days. Typically when market starts to run out of value ideas, you start looking at stocks which might have this valuation benefits, and holding companies come right up there. So do keep in mind that. Interesting, just before we go to the funds flow, etc., there's this note that came in from ICICI Securities yesterday, which spoke about how the number of investable stocks on the value screener has come off from maybe 171 at the start of 2023 to 102 stocks now. The rallies are very, very strong. Please monitor for earnings flow. The next few days, we are going to talk to some mid-sized companies or small-sized companies, all of which have a very promising plan, which might help the earnings move higher. Or in some cases, just the businesses have looked at some capacities coming on stream. So that could be interesting. I think this is the note that I was talking about. The proportion of investable, or the population of investable value stocks, has diminished very, very sharply. So it's there on our website. You might want to try and log in and read that note. Nevertheless, flows yesterday were not the best. FI sold about 3,367 crores and DIs bought about 2,563 crores. There's a listing today, Vishnu Prakash R. Punglia. So that IPO was subscribed 87 times, and I want to try and figure out if you like that business and see what it lists at, and then take stock from there. I must warn though, not that every strong listing lists at a premium and stays there. Like for example, Aeroflex, I think went up all the way to 196 or thereabouts currently, and then got pushed back to about 150, 160 as well, currently about 170. So please be mindful if you want to buy some of these stocks on open. Now, stocks to watch, and RVNL is the one that I'll start with, Rail Vikas Nigam. The RVNL MPCC JV has emerged as the lowest bidder for all civil engineering works of Vadodara division of the Western Railway. The company's share stands at 74%, while MPCC share is about 26%. The contract to be executed in 2 years' time, and the project cost stands at 174 crores. So Rail Vikas Nigam is the stock, the first stock that, okay, we'll just try and get it up, but effectively keep that in mind. That stock 154 active for the last few days. In fact, the last few days, all of the railway related stocks, not the wagon manufacturers, by the way, the others were very active yesterday as well, and could be interesting to see what happens in the days to come. So watch out for RVNL. That's one stock to monitor. Bombay Dyeing is the other one. They've settled the dispute over the land with Axis Bank and will transfer the land to Axis Bank for 148 crores. Now, viewers, the thing about this announcement of Bombay Dyeing is not about the fact that they're getting 148 crores from Axis Bank. Sure, it's not a bad idea, but the point about Bombay Dyeing is that people who are constructive on this business are constructive on that land, parcel of land in the heart of Mumbai, in Lower Parel, opposite Ludha Park, right, where there was this restaurant Bastion and OPA and the Republic headquarters and Axis Bank headquarters. It's a large parcel of land which I believe Bombay Dyeing is trying to redevelop or sell, as the case may be. And there were some tenants which were not quite there, right? There was a bit of an issue, I'm guessing, again with Axis Bank as well. Now that they've settled the dispute over the land, I'm presuming that this one more stepping stone towards that land reaping rich benefits for Bombay Dyeing. So if the stock is active today, you would know why it is. It is on account of this announcement. Paytm is interesting. Founder Vijay Shekhar Sharma on Bloomberg. I mean, there's a Bloomberg story which says that, or a Bloomberg alert which says that he's on record saying that he's looking for chances to increase stake. You know what? The stock has done very well, and today we got the guy who bought it right at around that 500 levels. Large money manager Sameer Arora of Helios. He'll be talking to us on Talking Point today, and I think it'll be interesting to figure out from Sameer, what does he think about some of these internet businesses now. He was an early investor in Zomato as well, I believe. That has paid him rich dividends. Paytm has paid him rich dividends, and Paytm, he was a buyer on the fall. So it'll be interesting to understand from him whether he's still constructive on this or no. I'm bringing the Indigo news. I think it came during market hours yesterday, but I'm still bringing it that it's going to start the aviation finance unit and order 10 more A320neos. This will launch the subsidiary in the state of Gujarat. So this is interesting, a bit of backward integration, if you will, for Interglobe Aviation. Then M&M Financial, the August overall disbursement is up 15% to 4,400 crore rupees. Collection efficiency at 96% versus 96%. 15% disbursal is not a bad number at all. Do watch out for M&M Financial. Who knows, might be a bit active. All India has approved 1,740 crore investment in a JV in Northeast gas distribution company with, I think, Assam Gas, and will own about 49%. So making an entry there, which could be interesting for Oil India. I was looking at some brokerage recommendations. MOTILAL OSWAL on Raymond, it's a buy call with the target price of 2,600 with a 32% upside. They say that the demerger and promoters capital infusion are the key drivers. According to them, the company's laid out a comprehensive strategy to leverage the full potential of brands within its portfolio. It aims of doubling its real estate pre-sales to 3,000 or 3,500 crores over the next 3 to 4 years. And all of this should generate a healthy cumulative free cash flow of 900 crore rupees over FY24-25. So, well, 900 crores free cash flow for Raymond is not a bad one at all. So let's see if it manages to do that. Brokers are constructive. So it's not just Motilal was a target price of 2,600. It's an initiating coverage report. Even Jefferies has an initiating coverage report, and the target price is 2,600 rupees, which is about a 32% upside. So, well, do watch out for this one as well in the session today. Now, very quickly, before we wrap up, in case I have missed out on something, let me just get that to you. IEX, the electricity volumes were very strong, so that's to be watched out for. Om Infra, Vijay Kedia has bought 25 lakh shares. Maybe that stock could be in focus. IFC has got a biting bit from Acre as well for some unit, so that could be interesting. So those are 2 or 3 things that people certainly need to watch out for. Just anything else? No, largely this. We've spoken about most things. Yeah, BHEL has gotten this contract from NHPC, so that could be interesting one to monitor as well. I thought that came out during market hours, but maybe not. And yeah, lastly, Cipla. So Bain apparently is teamed up with Dr. Reddy's for a joint Cipla bid. There is a report from HSBC today which speaks about how Torrent, if they bag this deal, could become the largest domestic pharma player in the country. And there are maybe some other suitors as well. Arguably, if this deal goes through, and it will become one of the largest pharma deals in modern India history, and that could be something to take note of. So watch out during the course of the next 2, 3, 4 months. There'll be a large deal announcement in the Indian pharma space having the name Cipla. And it could be very, very interesting to monitor. Thanks so much for tuning into the trade setup. Have a great day ahead. Just remember that Sameer Arora is at 10 a.m. today, not at 9:30 a.m. So that's to be kept in mind. Excuse us for the earlier thing, but 10 a.m. today, Sameer Arora. There is Cochin Shipyard uh, happening at 10 a.m. No, sorry. So there's a bit of a confusion here. Okay. Sameer is at 10 a.m. Cochin Shipyard, I think, is at 9:30 a.m. So excuse us for this. Orient Green has a target of 1 gigawatt. So that could be an interesting conversation. And Tarun Soni of Triveni Engineering, with sugar companies being up in the session yesterday, this one could be an interesting one to monitor as well. Thanks so much for tuning in to the trade setup. Have a great day ahead.